Have you ever noticed how difficult it is to break a habit, even when you know it's in your best interests? Have you ever worked so hard for 6 months to lose 20 pounds only to have it return in days or weeks? Or have you tried everything you can think of to assist your daughter do better in a specific subject, only to see your and her efforts fail? That's because compulsion or manipulation are required to get someone to do anything, even if it's for their own good. It necessitates interfering in their lives in a way that violates their boundaries, causing the relationship to suffer in some circumstances, more than it benefits. Because they're done with such good intentions, these boundary infractions typically go unnoticed. So, what can you do if you can't make someone change, if interfering in their lives in a way that absolves them of responsibility for their own decisions eventually backfires? How do you assist others? Here are the 3 most critical hazards and success variables that we've uncovered. According to our study, these 3 factors can increase your and your loved one's chances of success by 10-fold. 1. We use the information to attack individuals. Information is used to attack individuals. We believe that if the other person understood what we know, they would change. The difficulty is that they typically already know everything we do. They have personal knowledge about their own achievements and failures in addition to the facts we have. They've generally constructed a personal narrative, what we refer to as a smart story, that explains why they failed, and does it in a way that absolves them from the responsibility of trying again. This relieves them of the need to try again. Take, for example, your wish for your partner to become in better shape. What do you think his reaction will be if you give him a lecture? Isn't he or she aware of the benefits of being healthy over being unfit? In this situation, most couples get defensive. They feel bound to provide the opposing viewpoint when you present one side of an issue. As a result, you are advocating for change while others fight it. What do you think wins, considering they're the ones who have to change things? However, there is a way out of this situation. As a remedy, people must examine their own narratives. Give them no additional information if you're trying to persuade someone who merely requires inspiration. Instead, try to provide a safe environment in which they may reflect on their current motivations. People must rethink their beliefs, especially any self-defeating or clever falsehoods they are telling themselves to maintain the status quo. Motivational interviewing is a tried and true technique for getting people to reconsider their tales. It works by posing open-ended questions that allow people to explore their own motives without feeling compelled to do so. Here are a couple of such examples. What is it that motivates you to make a change in the first place? How would things change if everything went your way? What are the advantages and disadvantages of changing or not changing? Would you want to make this change if it was easy? What is it that makes it so difficult? The power of these questions is seen in this video. 2. We don't understand why we're stuck. Persuading someone to pledge to change isn't the same as getting them to really change. The problem is that people overstate the strength of their own determination. They are completely oblivious to the risks that are there in front of their eyes. So they pour their hearts and souls into it, but it's not enough. They're stopped by obstacles they didn't anticipate. Your environment is perfectly structured to create the results you are seeing right now. I've told people many times. The problem is that we're like the last fish in the pond. Without even realizing it, we're swimming in a sea of influences. Many of these effects are the result of sales and marketing gurus or food scientists who care more about our financial well-being than our health. We must hone our vision. We must be conscious of the unseen influences that surround us, as well as the things that keep us trapped. Once we see them, we'll be able to deal with them. So these 3 motivators and 3 facilitators are divided into 6 categories here. Let's say your teenager swears he wants to do well in math, but refuses to do his homework. What are the obstacles that are blocking him from progressing? 1. Personal motivation. While his desire to learn arithmetic is real, it is too vague and amorphous to have an impact on his behavior. His short-term motivation is driven by video games, social media, his girlfriend, and other more immediate motivators. 2. Social motivation. You and your spouse cheer him on at his basketball games and concerts, but you don't cheer him on in his math classes. 3. Structural motivation. There are genuine carrots and sticks tied to every basketball game and music lesson, but not so much for math homework. As a result, arithmetic is pushed to the background. 4. Personal ability. Your child has difficulty estimating the amount of time it will take him to complete his arithmetic assignment. He sets aside an hour just before sleep but runs out of time. 5. Social ability. You and your spouse teach your child sports and music, but you let him figure out the math on his own. 6. Structural ability. Your child's bedroom, where he does his math homework, is littered with distractions. His phone, laptop, and television all distract him from his math. The bulk of long-term problems is caused by hidden or unrecognized factors that keep us stuck. We can change them once we become aware of them. We will, however, remain imprisoned unless we change them. 3. Offer help without conditions. This isn't to say you can't offer the answers sometimes. Those answers, on the other hand, must be discovered by the person. The difference between my saying, "Hey, I know what's best for you," and you asking, "What do you think is best for me?" is significant. Your uniqueness and self-determination are valued. The other, on the other hand, does not. As a consequence, making it known that you are available in the event that someone requires your assistance is generally the best thing you can do. They say, "Hey, I know you're having a hard time right now. If you ever want to chat, let me know." When we're focused on altering our own lives, it's easy to get carried away trying to change the lives of those around us. Of course, there's nothing wrong with being inspired by someone else's challenges, but the most compassionate thing we can do for others is to accept them for who they are and recognize that their path in life will not be the same as ours. Give your kids, siblings, parents, and friends the freedom to make their own decisions. You're not intended to be a tour guide, rather, you're supposed to be a companion along the route, pointing out risks and guiding them through difficult situations but eventually allowing them to pick their own path.
If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to stay up to date for more videos.